Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Alrighty, I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So those that just watch my videos and you like my content, subscribe and let's get this over 1,000 and keep it over 1,000. Sometimes I lose subscribers, but then I gain them back. So let's just move in that direction now. Okay, got this card last week. It's 1989 Swell Greats, Mike Ditka, PSA DNA certified. It's just a Ditka autograph, picture of when he used to play back in the day. I have a Chicago theme when it comes to collecting cards, sports cards, autographs. And I've showed you the other day I got Ernie Banks. I have a Ryan Sandberg auto. I have Scottie Pippen auto. And then, Rodman auto. And a few others from the Chicagoland area. And from, like I said, my profits in sports cards that I invest in, I'm going to be putting into my own collection. And getting into this collecting versus investing slash flipping, I wanted to address this one topic that was pointed out in the comment section, and I completely agree with it, and I'm just going to expand on it. So you could argue the past few years, the flippers and the investors, and I do invest mainly in sports cards. I would say about 70-75% of my portfolio is investing, but then the rest is my own personal collection. And we could see over the past few years, the investor slash flipper, these guys have been dominating the hobby, you could say. And a lot of collectors have been agitated that their once great hobby has been taken over by individuals who just want to make a quick buck and they're not in it for the long run, or they're just trying to make money and they're not in it to improve the hobby. That is the mindset, I believe, of the collectors. And I would say that the flippers and investors still were in command of the hobby until early this year when all of the craziness broke out with the BBCE and the Pokemon Gate. That situation, even though it wasn't a sports card or sports cards that were related, it was still regarding investing in Pokemon. You had two dudes running a break and they took this $20,000 card, but then they retracted saying that no, we're just gonna give it to charity rather than give it away because they opened a $20,000 Kaboom card. So you had that situation going on, and then you had Karl Marx and that craziness going down. A lot of people got screwed over. And there are a lot of people that are mad about this, even those individuals who are investing in cards. And now we're starting to see sentiment change, and it seems that the hobby is probably going to go back in the collector's end. The investors and flippers, I don't believe, are going to be dominating for the next few years. Yeah, you're going to still see content from them, but in terms of who runs the hobby, it's going to be the collectors, in my opinion. And you could already see it in terms of the content creation. You could see people are coming after each other. You could see in the comment section, it is much more, I wouldn't say hostile, it's just more heated compared to before. Before, everyone was going through the pandemic and trying to get through it, and sports cards uh, made people forget about the craziness going on in our society. Now, this variant seems to be fading away. In the next few months, things hopefully will go back to normal. It's also an election year, so I do expect things to somewhat go back to normal. And then on top of it, what will that do to sports cards? What will a rising interest rate environment do to sports cards from an investment perspective? I look at this intensely compared to most individuals. Some on YouTube do look at it. I get it. But this is what my channel focuses on. And not even looking at that, I wanted to go back to when I was following gold and silver intensely and following all of the craziness on YouTube. So, about a decade ago, I told you about this one dude, SGT Report, and Don was talking about him as well. And I was mentioning how he got kicked off of YouTube because he mentioned the letter Q and all of that stuff around that. But over 10 years ago, he was aggressively growing his channel. And there were other content creators that had beef with him. It must have been maybe the way he was promoting the stories. They thought he was lying. And then I believe he got into it with one other content creator. He's still on YouTube, or he started to post once again on YouTube. I believe he used to do promotional work for DMX. Don't quote me on this, but this was a conversation that I had with Don quite a while ago. Regardless, long story short, they were able to dox him, call him at his work, basically, and also on YouTube, his social security number happened to be floating about. And it was crazy that this happened. But long story short, this was the crazy drama that went on. And once again, this was 2010, 2011, right when gold and silver were on a roll. But you still had all this drama go on. Content creators, it started to pick up when the price of metal started to go down. 2000, probably 13 to 2015, it was intense. As I mentioned, content creators were going at each other's throats. And looking back at it, and it was maybe like 2012, 2013 also. I mean, 2012 you can include in the craziness with content creators going at each other. And now we slowly have a situation where, yeah, prices still are higher than where they are in terms of sports cards compared to 2019, even parts of 2020 for some individuals like Brady, Rodgers, etc. Those individuals that have exceeded expectations. But I just see the morale of the sports card community. It's going down the tubes. In my opinion, for a market or for a country or whatever you're looking at, a system, the morale needs to be high. The morale is slowly going down, and I believe the morale will get much worse once we see more scams, once we see prices start to go lower, and the junk slab era, as many people have coined it, is going to burn more individuals. A lot of people, in my opinion, are going to get mad, whether rightfully or wrongfully, at some of the flippers, some of the big flippers on YouTube. They're going to, in my opinion, we're going to see more videos come out bashing them, going hard after them, and sometimes, as I mentioned before, making off-color remarks. And I want to ask you this, though. Do you want to be spending big money, whether you're a collector or investor, flipper, whatever? Do you want to be spending a large amount of money in terms of a sports card? Maybe a collector who has millions of dollars will want to buy it. But just looking from an investment perspective, do you want to be dropping down 5 G's on a sports card where we're starting to see the morale go down? We've seen a few scams come about, and uh, we're going into a rising interest rate environment. Do you want to be putting that amount of money as of this moment? Now, some people will be saying, "Hey, man, like I put $100 in a card. That it's not. This is not going to affect me. I don't care about the morale." A collector may say. I mean, this doesn't apply to me. I understand that if you are buying cards for your own PC, spending less than $100, what I'm saying is totally irrelevant to you. And someone speculating what $100 here, $100 there, it's not going to affect that, right? I'm buying this right now for my own PC. I may sell one of them because I have two Ditka autographs. So yeah, anything under 100, in my opinion, okay, that's not going to affect it. But I'm talking about the big money. When you see just people going after each other, when you see people ticked off, and you see in the comments section in numerous videos, you see it in new content creation. It's not the same. I see some older or some bigger channels. They're somewhat frustrated that we're seeing in or they're seeing in their eyes vitriol, regardless of whether you see it as vitriol or not. Some of them are going to be taking time off. I've seen some individuals not do video content in a while. And like I said, I I don't think it's going to get better. It's going to get much worse before it gets better, and it may take a few years to clear all of this out. And yeah, I believe that the collectors have now regained control of this hobby, and we'll probably see that for the next few years. But in the meantime, while this transition happens, I think it's just going to get a lot more nastier. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thanks. Bye.